Hello friends, this video on capacitors and capacitance part 12 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 11 before going ahead with part 12. At a scenario where instead of the conducting slab, we introduce a dielectric slab. This is why I explained you all about dielectric, because if I use this term dielectric, you will not come to know what it is. So that is why we learnt about dielectric. So capacitance increases on introducing a dielectric slab. So here also capacitance increases. So here also we will see in a very similar manner how the capacitance increases. We will follow the same approach. So let us suppose this is my capacitor. Let us say these two plates are of area A. It has plus Q charge. This has minus Q charge. Both have area A and they are separated from each other by distance D. So electric field exists in them. Let us say this electric field is E0. Okay, the electric field between the plates of the capacitor. So what is the capacitance right now? It is A epsilon naught by D. Now let us suppose a slab is introduced, which is a dielectric slab. So the dielectric slab is introduced which has thickness T. So here also this thickness T has to be less than D. So let us say this is its thickness. So this thickness T will always be less than D. Now what will happen? What will happen to the electric field inside the dielectric slab? As soon as this dielectric comes into this external electric field E0, the molecules of the dielectric gets polarized. So molecules in dielectric gets polarized, right? So when the molecules get polarized, what happens? A polarized electric field is developed. So there will be a polarized electric field which will be developed in this direction. So EP will be developed. So what will be the net electric field? So net electric field or reduced electric field will be equal to the external electric field minus the polarized electric field, right? This would be the net electric field inside the dielectric, correct? So we calculated the total electric field, net electric field inside the dielectric. So basically what is happening now? This electric field E is operating over region. Which region? Electric field E, that is the reduced electric field, is operating in this region. It is operating over region T. And the electric field E0 is operating over which region? E0 is operating over the remaining region. That is, it is operating over D minus T region. Right? This is how the electric fields are acting right now. So now we have to calculate the potential difference between the plates of the conductor. So potential difference between the plates, let us call it V. So this V will be, what is potential difference? It is nothing but electric field multiplied by the distance between the plates. So electric field, the total electric field multiplied by the distance. So electric field in case of the dielectric is this reduced electric field multiplied by the distance over which it acts, that is T, plus the original electric field E0 multiplied by the distance over which it acts. So the distance is D minus T. So this would be the potential difference. Now in the previous case for conducting slab, this term became 0 because the net electric field inside the conductor was 0. So now this V will become equal to this E. We can write it in terms of the dielectric constant. We know that the dielectric constant K is equal to E0 divided by E. You remember this? Okay. So now we will write E in terms of E0. So we can write E as E0 divided by K into T plus E0 into D minus T. Right? We can write it like this. Okay. So this can be written as E0 into T by K plus D minus T. Again, this can be written as, what is E0? Electric field. This electric field here is nothing but sigma by epsilon naught. where sigma is the surface charge density on the plate of the capacitor. So sigma by epsilon naught d minus t plus t by k. So this is the potential difference between the plates. So the potential becomes sigma divided by epsilon naught d minus t plus t by k. Right? So what is sigma? Sigma is nothing but charge per unit area. Charge on the plate of the capacitor, that is Q, divided by area of each plate of the capacitor. So this into d minus t plus t by k. So once we calculated the potential difference between the plates, let us now find out the capacitance, which is equal to Q divided by V. So Q divided by Q by A epsilon naught into d minus t plus t by k. So this Q and Q will get cancelled. So we can write it as A epsilon naught divided by d minus t plus t by k. Therefore, the capacitance C becomes equal to A epsilon naught by d into 1 minus t plus t by k. So what is A epsilon naught by d? It is nothing but the initial capacitance before the dielectric slab was introduced. So this C naught becomes C naught divided by 1 minus t into 1 plus 1 by k. So this becomes the value of the capacitance. So here also, if you see, this thickness T has to be very, very small, right? So because of which the capacitance C will always be greater than C naught, that is the initial capacitance. So this is the relationship of the new capacitance, or this is how the capacitance gets affected when a dielectric slab of thickness T and dielectric constant K is introduced. So here another important factor which started playing a role is the dielectric constant. So whenever you place a dielectric slab, the dielectric constant will also have some effect on the capacitance of the capacitor. So now that we have almost covered everything about capacitor as such, like what is a capacitor, how does it work, what are the types of capacitor, how do we calculate capacitance, what happens when conducting slab or dielectric slab is introduced in a capacitor. So I think we are good enough to go and solve some problems. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.